For a third straight day, the victim in the Tutor student sex case was on the witness stand. The former Catholic Central tutor was 33 when she allegedly had an improper relationship with a 15-year-old student.
Today, there was plenty of courtroom drama with questions about the suspect's past. And 24-hour News 8's Ken Kolker is here in studio now with more. Ken?
And Brian and Sue, in this case, some of the best drama has come without the jury around. And that was the case today as the defense spelled out his case for the judge. That it was the victim who was the aggressor and that the tutor was under duress.
What motivation would he have to do this to her besides love? Well, I think we've got an obvious motive of why he would do this to her. And he likes to impress his friends. He likes to be the big shot.
It was another argument without the jury about just how much the defense should be allowed to talk about the victim's alleged past. At least the past that he has described in racy text messages. Those messages, the defense argues, show his character and his attitude toward women.
Is he a sociopathic rapist? Or is he somebody that's trying to do things to impress his friends?
It's a defense that prosecution has described as the theater of the absurd.
How does this at all relate to a duress defense? It more relates to the continued trashing of this kid's character.
The victim, now 17, spent several hours on the stand today defending himself against an attorney trying to paint him as an emotional, angry teen who stalked the tutor and had a history before she came along.
Isn't it true, sir, that you have a very active sex life prior to meeting Miss Simon?
Your Honor, I'm going to object.
The defense blamed the prosecutor for opening that door.
And then she goes in and puts his sexuality into question.
And how did she put his sexuality into question?
And he was a virgin when he's not.
Finally, the defense was allowed to pose the question.
You told Miss Brinkman you were a virgin, correct?
Yes.
You told me that you were a virgin, correct?
Yes.
You still want to stick with that answer?
Yes.
The teen is expected to return to the stand for a fourth day tomorrow with more questions from the defense. We're now being told this might wrap up on Friday.
This is aggressive questioning by the defense team in this case. Ken, they appear to they're trying to rattle the student, or is his demeanor holding up?
You know, so far it seems to be. The defense is trying to turn him obviously into the aggressor, into the perpetrator. So he's trying to switch roles, and this really is his best chance of getting him not guilty in this case.
And earlier you mentioned that the tutor herself, she may take the stand.
Yeah, she is expected to take the stand, and that should be interesting because the prosecution will then get a chance at her in some of the text messages that went back and forth.
Okay.
So that should be good.
All right. Ken Kolker, thank you.
Thank you, Ken.